Welcome to another edition of Let's Talk Ed. It's been a while, but you're also so tired of seeing me. You needed a co-host, a guest. So here we are. Today we do have a special guest who is actually not going to be a special guest. It's probably going to be a co-host. So I'm not going to do much introduction because as we go through these discussions that we're having, you get to know more about Sarah. So what I'm going to do for our special guest and our co-host is to do a very queenly motherland welcome. And that's why this is here, right? So usually for the queens, we just little says welcome. All right. So welcome, Sarah. How are you doing?
Great. Thank you for having me.
No, it's my pleasure. It's my pleasure to have you. Mm-hmm. We're not going to tell anybody how we met or anything. I let that be a mystery, okay. Right? Yes. So we can have some fun with that. All right. So what we're going to do, everybody's been asking, what is the plan for Let's Talk Ed? The plan is, of course, to help students navigate college. We survived college. We're hoping that we can help them experience college, right? So what we're going to do, moving on now, is we'll talk about college news. If there's any college news, something happened in college that we could give our feedback, we'll talk about it, right? Anything. Well, did I say anything?
You said anything.
I said anything. Wow, that's very, okay. And then we'll do reactions, right? Same thing, we hear something, what are the reactions that we will give them? And then, of course, we'll give our best advice, right? I think we can handle that, right?
I hope so.
Yeah, okay. So with that, today, since it's the first day, we have our special guest, our co-host, Sarah, here. I'm going to do the little Q&A questions so people get to know you a little more, and then hopefully we'll wrap it up, and then next time we'll do something else. So, why are you willing to share your college experience, Sarah?
I think it is very important to help children. Right. And everyone's college experience is different, right? And something may resonate that I went through, that you didn't go through. Right. So I think really just having a lot of knowledge from other people really helps.
That's good. Okay. So I need you to be very honest with me on this question.
Okay. I'm afraid of the question.
Yeah, right. No, did you feel like you actually experienced college or did you survive college?
That is a tough one because I was talking to my husband about it, and I said, do you think I experienced it or survived it?
Right.
He said, I think you survived it.
Okay.
But I will say I'm probably in the middle.
Okay.
So I went to a smaller school, private, and my focus was really school, right? And building friendships and experiencing everything that college had to offer. But I can't say that was I, going out every, night or on Thursdays.
We're going to get to that.
We're going to get there. Okay, I'm jumping ahead. So I will say so far, I survived it, but I did have great experiences.
Okay. So when I asked myself that same question, it was always kind of a survival mode for me. It wasn't until now where, I look back and I was like, you know what, but I met some great people.
Right.
I met my wife at college, so hey, it couldn't get any better than that, right? But, and that's what I'm trying to get the students to get is, it's almost gonna seem like survival mode, but you gotta figure out how to kind of experience it. So that, here's another tough one. You finished college, now you are where you are.
Yes.
Is college worth it?
I think so.
Okay.
Yes. I struggle with that too, because there are other needs now, right? Vocational needs, like a welder and things like that. And so I will push my children to college. And I think that it is great, not only because you're learning new things and you're experiencing it, you're on your own for the first time, right? So that is a benefit in itself, and that helps you figure out who you are. But I also think there's lots of different other avenues that people can take and just be as successful. Right,
good. If a student were to come to you and say, well, Sarah, I spent 5 years in college. And this is not what I even want to do. What advice, what would you?
I think that's okay, right? Because just because you major in something, right? Or and minor in something else, it really is the experiences and what you learned along the way that's going to help you, right? So if you went to school to be an engineer and now you are in finance, that's okay, right? Because you have those building blocks that help get to where you are today.
Right.
So
good.
I don't think it's bad.
Perfect. You know, usually when I have these conversations, it almost seems like we're all for college. And I go, yes, we are all for college.
Right.
You know, the chances of you graduating college and finding something, you know, is much greater than taking out the professional sports, right? Where it's like 1%. I mean, our system is designed to kind of help college saying, hey, if you get a degree. But the other side of that question is every time I get that same question from students, I say, well, look at it this way. If you didn't go through college, how would you find that this is not what you wanted, right? That's part of the experience, right? That's why we go to college. So hopefully, you know, we're able to find something. Okay.
No, I agree with you. I had a minor in communications, majored in business. I was trying to also get my teaching license. And then I decided that's not for me, right? And that's how I learned by taking those classes and determining maybe not the best path.
Good.
I think my children will agree with that too.
Sure. I check with Noah and see. All right. What would you say was the best advice or college advice you ever had? And it could be from a teacher, a staff, a friend, parents. What would you say?
That also is very hard because I was very focused. And so my parents didn't have to give me a lot of advice because I knew I was going to go to college. I knew that I would do well in college, right? I mean...
Was that even an option?
It was not. I did not have the option. My parents did steer me. Their advice was, you cannot go to a party school. So I did not. I went to a very small school, and I think that ended up being best for me. So sometimes it is listening to the people that love you, and they know you best, right? So they knew I would not do well at a big school, and it really actually worked in my favor. Okay.
And we'll be talking more about all the different experiences we both had in college. So, all right. Well, again, I wanted this one here to be kind of an introduction. I don't want to get too much into it, but I also don't want to wrap up too quickly either. So here is kind of a last but not the least question. Looking back at your college experience, what would you do differently?
Two things.
Yes.
I will say you need to enjoy it because after school, it does not get easier. And I think when you're in school... Pause
on that thought. And then look into the camera and say that again because...
Oh, crap. What did I say?
When students always will say, oh, I can't wait to graduate to get into the real world.
What did I say? What did I say? I said, enjoy the moment?
Enjoy the moment, yes.
Got it. Okay. Are you asking me again?
Yes.
Okay.
What would you do different?
I would enjoy the moment because it definitely gets harder when you are out of college. You are working, you're on your own, you're relying on the income that you're getting. I will also...
And we're not even talking kids yet.
No.
We're just talking...
And I also think I had a chance to study abroad.
Sure.
And I declined it after my freshman year. And looking back, I would do it now. But I had other chances. Maybe we'll get to that next time of great travel experiences.
Great. Okay. Wow. Well, again, you know, when I do this podcast, I want to get straight to the point. I think we hit all the points for our very first episode, so I don't want to kind of drag it here. But very quickly, well, first of all, again, we're back. LTE is back. Do subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet. You got tired of seeing me. Hopefully now you have a new face in Sarah, so that will kind of move us forward. We're going to wrap it up here very quickly. Sarah, thanks again.
Of course.
Looking forward to us doing this more. And just to recap, the process is going to be providing college news, still going to try to help you experience college. Don't survive it. Yes, we did survive it, but we're going to tell you how not to survive it, right? But to experience it. So with that, stay tuned for the next edition of Let's Talk Ed, and have an amazing weekend, track out, spring break, if you've already had it. All right. Thank you. Thanks, Sarah.
Thank you.